The professional food bloggers and stylists show you the quick little thing that they can share. They don't show you, when they messed up or things didn't go quite right. You're going to need some chocolate melting wafers, pretzel rods, mini marshmallows, and delicious, beautiful strawberries that you've washed and dried. And I'll tell you how I do that. But aren't these adorable? You'll love them. So just try these. They're just kind of fun. And they're delicious. It's kind of like a strawberry pretzel salad. You could add those to a charcuterie board or anything you'd like. Now, I have broken this down for you guys, and I have already done one. See? I wanted to figure out how to do this the best way to show y'all the pitfalls, so maybe it would save y'all a few steps and heartaches. So, first of all, I did not have any popsicle sticks, so I had some skewers. Cut those in half, or you can just break them in half. Use the finished ends, obviously, to stick the pointed end and the blunt end into the strawberry if you want to use a skewer. Now, if you've got pretty strawberries, now I bought organic strawberries from a nice grocery store. You can pick it up carefully by the greenery, and you can. Now, first of all, I'm going to tell you, I washed these strawberries using the cross legacy method. You use about, depending on the amount of fruit that you've got, you want it to be covered with water, cool water, and you add about 1/4 cup of white vinegar, swish them around, let them sit for 2 or 3 minutes, and then rinse them. Then they have to sit to dry, bone dry. And then you can put them in a mason jar with a little bit of paper towel, and they'll keep for a long time. But what it does, it gets the mold spores off. But after they're bone dry, that's when you can add chocolate, because I'm telling you, water and chocolate do not mix. So I have used the Ghirardelli melting wafers. They are my absolute favorite. You'll need a little white, a little milk, or even a little dark chocolate, whatever your preference is. And Walmart does carry some. There's a few of the white. You just use whatever you prefer. The melted chocolate chips are too thick. These melting wafers are what you want, or you're going to run into some issues probably. Now let me tell you, I worked on the not so pretty strawberries first. I separated them. I've got the big hunking ones that are going to make great turkeys, and but I started with the smaller ones that didn't look so hot. Find out where they rest. I've got a piece of parchment paper on a small little tray that can go into the freezer. Find out where they rest and let them sit there wherever they naturally rest, okay? Then what you're going to do is take one of the pretzels, which the pretzel rods were too long. I had to snap off just about that much of them to get them right. So I just took one of the marshmallows, stuck it on there, and then you take some of the chocolate, just a little bit, and you add a little bit to the strawberry on the side where you want it to stay, because the chocolate will stick to chocolate better than chocolate sticks to the fruit when you're trying this, okay? So you're kind of swabbing like you're swabbing a boo-boo or a bobo, whatever you call them, like with an alcohol swab. And what we're going to do is do that to a batch. 4 or 5 of them at a time is what I would recommend. And then you're going to want to heat up your chocolate for about another 30 seconds and keep it heated up. So do that to 4, okay? Put it in the freezer for no more than 3 to 4 minutes, and this will harden. And at that point, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I went ahead and pulled this one from the freezer. I have used this to make a few. But this is hard on both sides. It only took a couple of minutes, up to 4 to 5 minutes at the very most, because you don't want to freeze your fruit. But let's put the drumsticks on now. So we're going to take that and move that here. Okay. Learn from me, folks. Learn from me. I was dipping the whole thing in there and it was just too much chocolate. So what I'm going to do is just dip one side of it, and you want the excess to come off. You don't want a lot of extra chocolate, okay? So I've dipped that. And what you're going to do is apply it to one side and push it in just a little bit and hold it. Because remember, that other chocolate is cold. So, and you want to angle this so that the drumstick is pointing kind of in a V. Can you see that? And you hold that just for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then it will lightly stick and stay. So you could kind of do that with it, okay? Long enough to get your other one on. Then you can hold them both. So stick that, shake the excess off, and now what you want to do is just kind of hold them both up there. Can you see that? Then you want to angle the legs like you're going to want them. Now, I can see maybe 12 years old and up doing these themselves. For little kids, I would let them help with putting the marshmallows on the pretzels and helping you dip the white chocolate at the end. So you know your children better than I do, or family and friends. But at some point, they're gonna stick, okay? And at that point, you're gonna put it back in the freezer for up to 5 minutes. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna dunk them all and make them look like turkeys. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I had put some more melting wafers in here, and I had melted. I'm gonna do the back first. Just kind of rotate it like that. Do a side. Do the front. Do the other side. And these skewers, I can see why they want popsicle sticks. The skewers, they want to rotate on you. Look at that, y'all. It looks good, I think. So we're gonna kind of drip out the excess, let it kind of go with the flow there. And we're gonna set it back down on the parchment paper to dry. Oops. Try not to let them touch. This is why I think you need small batches. Now, this was the first one I decided to do, that method that I just showed you with the pressure and hold them on. To me, it looks the best. You can do whatever you want to do. But I'm just doing its thing there. And if you don't like the way it's dipped, you can dip it a little bit more. Just try not to do too much because you don't want a lot of excess. Now this is one I laid down and just put them on the sides. This is going to be my bow-legged turkey. It was just easier that way as far as not having to hold those things. The pretzels with the marshmallows on them. All right. If you end up and it's not covered as much as you want, you can use a little spoon to add a little bit of extra to cover it. Just to doctor it up a little bit. Okay, here we go. The last one that we did, that I showed you. That got the extra off when it wouldn't come down. Okay, now we're going to put them in the freezer again, and then do the little white chocolate. I just took these out of the freezer. What we're going to do now is dip the ends of the drumsticks in the white melted chocolate. So this has set up a little bit. We're going to zap it in the microwave for 15 seconds. Make sure after each time you microwave it, you stir it. So you want it to be dippable. Where you dip it, it stays on something. And obviously it does. It's not going to be runny liquid, but it's going to be dippable liquid. All right, let's take one of these. We're just going to stick the feet in. And make sure there's no point. So, there you go. There's one. This is the final step. This is two. I just kind of twirl it a little bit. I don't want there to be a point. Now, if something like this happens, go on and take the skewer out, and you can use the end of the skewer to kind of move that around. There we go. Looks good. Pop them back in the freezer, just a couple of minutes. This probably won't take 5 minutes, and then we'll take them off the skewers. So look at this. It's adorable. Let me show you one more thing. Now, don't you want to display a platter of these beauties? Yeah, they're pretty darn tasty too. Gobble, gobble. Have a good one. I wish you each a very, very, very merry, happy Thanksgiving with all your friends and family, full of bounty and Thanksgiving, and I hope you have really good things to eat. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. I sure appreciate y'all. Take care. But I've got some more strawberries to do, y'all. Then I got to get to work.